The next topic we are going to see is about prism. Prism you would have seen already in lab, it is it not? So prism, it is just a three-sided object. Okay, so it is a triangular block of glass or plastic. It can be made of either glass or plastic. It is bounded by three plane faces not parallel to each other. So it has a three faces and they are not parallel to each other. Its one face is grounded, which is called base of the prism. Okay, so one face, it will be grounded, and it some for some prism it will be long. Okay, and that forms a base of the prism, and the other two faces are polished. Okay, so the other two faces will be polished and they are called as a refracting faces. Okay, so this is a base of the prism and these two are the refracting faces of the prism. The angle between the two refracting faces is called as a angle of the prism. So between these two, what is the angle? So that is said to be the angle of the prism or refracting angle. The other word is apex angle. Okay, angle of the prism or refracting angle or apex of the angle. Clear with what is a prism? Okay, it is a three-sided, that is a triangular block of glass or plastic, and it has a plane faces. One face is base of the prism, the other two faces are polished and they are called as a refracting faces. So this is a diagram of the prism. As we have seen, this is the base of the prism and these two sides are the refracting phases, and the angle between that two refracting phases is what? The angle of the prism. Clear? Okay, next is the angle of deviation produced by the prism. So we are going to measure the angle of deviation. For this, let the light ray, which is PQ, which is incident on one of the refracting phases. So we have the two refracting phases, is it not? So let us consider one ray, which is called as what? PQ, and that PQ is incident on any one refracting phase. Then the angle of incidence and the refraction at the first phase is, so here it is an incident ray. Okay, and here the angle of incidence is what? I1. Okay, and it is being refracted this side, and so the angle of refraction is what? R1. Okay, I1 and R1. The path of the light inside the prism is QR. Okay, so this is a prism. Clear? And this is the incident ray, which is PQ, and from Q it travels inside the prism. That path is said to be QR. Okay, then it comes outside, that takes a path RS. Okay, here is the angle of incidence I, and here we have the angle of refraction, which is R1. Okay, so the path of the light is QR, then the angle of incidence and the refraction for the surface AC. So the surface is AC, and for this surface the angle of incidence and refraction is what? I2 and R2. Okay, so I2 and R2, and RS is the emerging ray. Okay, so from this the emerging ray is what? RS. The angle I2 is also called as a angle of emergence. Okay, this angle I2 is also called as what? Angle of emergence. This angle is what? Angle of incidence, and this is what? Angle of emergence. Okay, and so what we have to find is we have to find the angle of deviation. So what is the angle of deviation is? So this is what the angle of incidence. Okay, and here we have the angle of emergence, that is I2, this is I1. So if you extend this both, okay, and at what point it joins, that is said to be the angle of deviation. Okay, and the extended angle of the incidence and emergence, that forms the angle of deviation. So here we have the definition of angle of deviation: the angle between the direction of incident ray and the emergent ray. Okay, that is called as a angle of deviation. As I have told you, this is the angle between the incident and the emergent. Okay, so that angle, that is called as a angle of deviation. The The two normals which are drawn at the point of incidence Q and emergence R is Qn and Rn. So from this we are drawing two normals which meet at the point N. Okay. So the incident ray and the emergent ray meet at the point M. Here the incident and the emergent are meeting at the point M. So this is a prism. In this, PQ is the incident angle, QR passing inside the prism, RS is a emergent ray. And here we have the angle of incidence I1. Here is R1. Same way, here is I2 and here we have it R2. And this exterior angle is the angle of deviation D. Okay. And now from this, if you have to find the value of D1 and D2. Okay. So let us take D1 to be the angle RQM. Okay. So RQM. So this angle is said to be what? D1. Okay. So how can you write this? D1 is, when you see here, okay, and this is the angle, and opposite side we have with the angle of incidence I1. So this side we have the angles which is D1 and R1. Okay, so this side we have this with this angle. So this angle is what? D1 R1. So this can be written as I1 is equal to D1 plus R1, because this side angle and this side angle will always be equal. And so this can be written as I1, which is equal to D1 plus R1. Since you need the value of D1 alone, bringing this R1 to other side, so D1 is equal to I1 minus R1. Clear with this? Okay. Same way, when you are writing for I2 also, here we have the angle I2, and here it has been split into two. Here is the angle D2 and here we have it R2. So this full angle can be written as what? This plus this. Okay. And so we can write this as I2, which is equal to D2 plus R2. If we need the value of D2 alone, bringing this to this side, so we get D2 is equal to I2 minus R2. Okay. So these two equations are written from the diagram. Yes. Clear with this? So D1 is equal to I1 minus R1 and D2 is equal to I2 minus R2. So these two equations we are going to use, and the total D is equal to what? D plus D1 plus D2. Okay. And D1 is equal to I1 minus R1. D2 is equal to what? I2 minus R2. So this equation is very important. This equation you will be using it for finding with the value of D. Clear? So now considering with a quadrilateral. So what is a quadrilateral? It is considered here is A, Q, N, R. Okay. So considering with this quadrilateral, so what is the property of the quadrilateral is sum of any two sides is equal to 180 degree. Okay. So if you are taking with any two sides, here the side which is taken here is this to be the angle A. Okay. And this side it is written as Q N R. Okay. So angle A plus angle Q and R is equal to 180 degree, because in quadrilaterals the sum of any two sides is equal to 180 degree. Next is taking with a triangle. Okay. So what triangle we are going to consider is considering with a triangle Q N R. In this, what are the angles already we have is, we have here the angle R1 and here we have the angle to be R2. So what is the property in the triangle is sum of all the three sides is equal to 180 degree. Okay. So sum of all the three sides, first R1, then R2, then we don't know what is this angle. So this angle is written as just QNR. Okay. So QNR is equal to 180 degree. So we have got the two values. A plus QNR is equal to 180 degree. R1 plus R2 plus QNR is equal to 180 degree. Clear? Considering with this equation now, if you need the value of QNR, bring this A this side. Okay. So we get QNR is equal to 180 minus A. Okay, so this value of 180 minus a, if you are going to substitute in this, we get r1 plus r2. So q and r is what? Plus 180 minus a, which is equal to, again we have the value here which is 180 degree, and so both the sides cancelling with the value of 180 and bringing this a to other side, so we get r1 plus r2 which is equal to a. Okay, so that is the equation we are going to write here. So r1 plus r2 which is equal to a. Now substituting this value of r1 plus r2 in the before equation of d. So what is the equation of d? Is d is equal to I1 plus I2 minus r1 plus r2. So instead of r1 plus r2, here it is written as a. Okay, so this gives your angle of deviation. So the angle of deviation depends on, so it depends on angle of incidence, angle of the prism, material of the prism, and wavelength. Okay, so the angle of deviation depends on all these factors. So what are they? Angle of incidence, angle of the prism, material of the prism, and the wavelength of the light. Clear?